Hello everybody, and welcome back to another video for the day. We're going back into r/Tales of Neckbeard, and if you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and to see more videos like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. Okie dokie, let's go. Our first story comes to us from username Glitch2298. Neckbeard gets banned from a local card shop. Greetings Reddit, longtime lurker, first time poster. Unsure if this fits here, please let me know if there is an appropriate subreddit better suited for this story. Sorry in advance for the format on mobile. Backstory: I, male, have been a longtime fan of the Japanese manga Yu-Gi-Oh! Since I was a kid. Since I was 5, 23 now. I had a deck in the original Duel Disc from the DM series, Duel Monsters, and I was a big fan of the show. Over time, I lost cards and eventually gave my duel disc to Goodwill. They are rare and very collectible now, and lost track of the series and did my own thing. In 2018, after I got my first paid job, I started to dig back into the TCG after finding a bunch of cards that an old high school classmate of mine gave me. I learned that there was a card shop that opened up in the town where I worked, and I went and met the others. It was a father and son shop, and they primarily supported MTG, which was Magic the Gathering. They said they were trying to make a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament, and were trying to find players. I said that I would be interested if they did form one, and they were happy to hear that. I stopped by from time to buy cards and to have the occasional conversation. One day, they told me that they made tournament dates. Back then, it was Fridays and Sundays, but the problem was I worked night shifts from 2:30 p.m. to 11 p.m., so it didn't work out. Still, I got a new position in the workplace in which I was able to go both days. This was the time I met the subject of this story. Sorry for the long and boring introduction. Onto the real story at hand. Names changed for obvious reasons. Here's the cast, and there is me as OP, Jerry, not real name but the Neckbeard, and then the store owner. I met Jerry on the third tournament on a Friday. We got along at first, but then I saw what he was truly like. This guy was a total jerk. At the time, he was playing just a mix of random cards, and I slowly started to make a fairly decent decks. He would always play the same deck every single time he came. Whenever he'd win a round, he would gloat to his opponent, and when he loses, he would have a fit. There would be times when I would buy booster boxes of 24 card packs ranging from 5 to 9 cards per pack, and sort out the high rarities, ultra rares, secret rares, and the commons apart, and he would invite himself to pick through my piles and choose what he wanted to trade for. The way trading works is that we would trade for equal value of a card or cards. If I pick cards that have a value of $30, the person being traded with picks cards that are up to or equal in value. This can be any number of cards as long as it equals what I picked out. When we would do that unexpectedly, it shocked me because I hadn't found the value of what I pulled yet. There would even be times where he would open the card packs with me even when I didn't give him permission. Whenever I buy boxes and he does that, it makes my blood boil. There was one set I bought and he started opening packs. Once said, "This box sucks, dude. Why you even buy these?" It pissed me off. Coming from a guy that never played anything else is just insulting to me. At that point, I just confronted him and said to him, "Look, stop. I bought these boxes, not you. I need time to look through what I got and then decide if I want to trade them or not." He took the hint and left me alone. Since then, he was still as toxic as ever. There was even a kid who would join us on Sundays now and then, and he would be mean to him. I played the kid before, and he was a good kid and didn't deserve that sort of treatment. Now to the good part, and you're probably waiting for. On a Sunday tournament, there was just 6 of us playing at first. Sundays always has less people then. Jerry came in late to sign up. On Sundays, you have to sign up by 10 a.m. We all were just about to play when we heard this exchange. No, you can't have a winning. Bye. For context, during a tournament, if there is an odd number of people, someone is bound to not have an opponent. The person who isn't matched up with someone gets an automatic win known as a bye. If you show up late, you get a losing bye. Come on, how about I buy one? No, you cannot. Those are the rules. Jerry got his OTS pack, a pack of 3 cards that you get upon entry, and open it. We all can hear him say, "F this place." There was something he said to the owner which we didn't catch, but by how the owner reacted, we knew it wasn't good. They argued for a few minutes, and all we could do was shuffle and hands and just listen. I don't remember what they said, but I do remember that the owner was angry when he said this final piece. "I don't ever want to see you in here again. Get out." Jerry left in a rage, and we just sat there quietly looking at each other. The owner came over with some open booster boxes that still had some packs in them. "Store owner, I am very sorry that you guys had to witness that. I apologize. As a token of understanding, you guys can choose up to 5 packs on the house. I insist." I picked my 5 packs and put them in my backpack until after the round was over. On that day 4th, we never saw Jerry at the shop again. I had never seen him at all since that was the only shop I went to. I know there was several other places where he can still play at, but I was glad I didn't have to tell him to leave me alone anymore. Yeah, this type of nonsense I can honestly speak from experience because my locals back when I was still playing, yeah, people just didn't really give a darn about personal space or personal possessions, because you'll have just people seeing stuff on the counter. It doesn't matter if you're an inch from it, they'll just pick it up and start thumbing through it and everything. And like, seriously, even for people playing, you'll have people that pick up the graveyard pile because those cards are face up, they're public knowledge, and just start to look through them. Like, if you're gonna be picking up my stuff, please ask at least. And stuff like that is kind of why I have my board set up basically so that I have the deck closer to the opponent than the graveyard being closer to me and such, so that they can't reach over everything to get it. And like, seriously, don't be that type of dude. Still glad that Konami put in some official showering and hygiene policy though. That actually is just glorious. Our next story comes to us, username FinalFail2. The disgusting tale of Clownbeard. Hey, this is my first time posting on here, so I'm not sure this belongs here. After watching videos from yours truly and Voicey is here, I made up my mind to post this nightmare of a story. Sorry for bad formatting, I'm on mobile. Now, let's meet the cast. OP is me, 16-year-old trans boy, generally pretty laid back and friendly, and unfortunately pretty oblivious sometimes. Clownbeard/CB, 18-year-old punk wannabe, extremely creepy with a habit of playing the victim card for every little thing. I'm calling him Clownbeard because he unfortunately works at the same place I do, a clown-themed haunted house. Peyton, 17-year-old non-binary goofball and one of my best friends. We share a similar hatred for Clownbeard. Luca, 16-year-old trans boy and CB's crush, who is also very taken. He doesn't appear much in the story. Kara, 17-year-old fellow coworker. It's an open secret that she and CB have something going on, despite them both being after different people. With that out of the way, it's time for the story. It started with CB approaching me on my way to class in the first week of August. At that point, he didn't really raise any red flags. In fact, he seemed really chill, and I liked hanging out with him, and later, Luca. We all bonded over being outsiders. He was your typical edgy hot topic lurker, I was a self-proclaimed eccentric genius, and Luca was just an introvert. Over time though, things started going to S. Within a couple of weeks of us meeting, I gave him my Instagram, and a day later he proceeded to vent about his friends, his ex, and how the whole world was against him, and how he trusted me with all of this because I was like him. That made me feel pretty uncomfortable, so I just gave him some basic advice and moved on. After that incident, I started noticing some more iffy things. He would constantly over-sexualize Luca, talking about his teas, whining about how he wants to F him, and was openly racist at times. By that point, I started trying to avoid him. The final straw was when, God forbid, I wanted to be the one venting for once. I was telling him about how much my NPD was effing up my relationships and how I was scared and that I was developing an eating disorder. And you know what this effort did? He just said, "You don't need to fake mental illness or attention, just hit me up. I think you're hot." Of course, I was absolutely disgusted and blocked him immediately and avoided him at school. As my luck would have it, the story gets a second chapter. I got a job at a haunted house, and that's where I met Peyton, Kara, and some other pretty cool people. The first few days were fun as heck, until CB showed up, and of course, I told Peyton all about the stuff CB did, and they instantly disliked them. Not to mention, Peyton's friend Alex told them even more things they had heard from other coworkers. By then, pretty much everyone except Kara hated CB, but we weren't open about it since none of us liked drama, and also we didn't want to get fired. At this point, I was just ignoring his pathetic butt, as I honestly wanted to throw up every time he talked to me. The finale of this story happened yesterday. I was having a pretty rough day at work, disassociating like all heck, and I was generally exhausted. Of course, when this stupid F overheard me telling Peyton about how I was feeling, he cuts in with, "Yeah, I dissociate a lot too. It sucks not feeling anything. I swear to God, if Peyton wasn't here to calm me down, I would have smacked him." I went off on him to stop talking to me and quit being an attention W, and he just stood there for a second before running off to Kara and one of her friends. Peyton sternly told me not to do this again and to just ignore him next time. Well, that's the story of CB so far. I'll update y'all if anything else happens. TLDR, I become friends with a creepy neckbeard. He raises all sorts of red flags. I try to ignore him and then end up snapping at him after he starts being an attention W at work. But with that is going to have to be it with the video. If you guys would love to be absolutely amazing, show your support, and to see more content like this in the near future, be sure to hit that like button, leave a comment down below, and if you have not already, subscribe and turn on notifications. I'll be sure to see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much for watching, and bye-bye.